Imagine a chessboard where every move could decide the fate of a nation. Now picture Afghanistan as the square everyone is fighting to control. Why? Because for India, it's not just about geopolitics, it's about survival, opportunity, and influence. But why is Afghanistan so crucial for India? By the end of this video, you'll understand the 4 key reasons that could change how you see South Asia forever. Stay tuned for point 3. It'll give you chills. But hey, before we start, let's clear one thing. This isn't a Bollywood movie where heroes and villains fight in slow motion. Although sometimes the geopolitics of this region feels just as dramatic. Point 1. Geostrategic location. The gateway to Central Asia. Afghanistan is like the center square on a chessboard. It connects South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East. For India, this means access to untapped markets and resources in Central Asia, bypassing rivals like Pakistan. But here's the twist. Without Afghanistan, India loses its bridge to these opportunities. It's like trying to win a marathon without knowing where the finish line is. And speaking of bridges, let's talk about something far more explosive. Literally. Point 2. Security and counter-terrorism. Here's a sobering thought. Afghanistan's instability isn't contained. It spills over into the region. For India, a stable Afghanistan means less breeding ground for terrorism that could find its way across borders. But there's a deeper fear. What happens if extremist groups in Afghanistan align with India's adversaries? That's a nightmare scenario India cannot afford to ignore. But hold on, the stakes aren't just about preventing threats. There's another reason why Afghanistan keeps India up at night. And it's got everything to do with their biggest rival. Point 3. Rivalry with Pakistan. The tug of influence. Here's where the plot thickens. Pakistan sees Afghanistan as its backyard. For India, gaining influence in Afghanistan isn't just a strategy, it's a counter to Pakistan's ambitions. Think of it as 2 neighbors fighting over the last piece of land on the block. If India loses ground here, Pakistan gains a dangerous advantage. And here's the kicker. Afghanistan's new alliances could reshape the balance of power in South Asia. It's like a cricket match where every run feels like life or death, but with far less cheering and far more consequences. Still, it's not all conflict and strategy. There's one more reason Afghanistan is vital, and this one could decide India's economic future. Point 4. Energy and economic potential. Afghanistan sits on a treasure trove of resources: copper, lithium, and rare earth minerals that power everything from smartphones to electric cars. For India, tapping into these resources means reducing reliance on other countries and boosting its economy. But here's the challenge. Without a stable Afghanistan, these opportunities remain locked away, just out of reach. It's a race against time and rivals. And that brings us to the bigger picture. What does all of this mean for India's future and for the region as a whole? So why is Afghanistan so important for India? It's not just one reason. It's a web of geostrategy, security, rivalry, and economic opportunity. Every move India makes in Afghanistan shapes its future, and by extension, the future of South Asia. The stakes are high, and the clock is ticking. As we watch these developments unfold, one thing is clear. The story of Afghanistan and India isn't just about borders and politics. It's a reminder that the decisions we make today echo far into the future. And that, my friends, is a story worth following. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. What do you think is India's biggest challenge in Afghanistan? I'd love to hear your thoughts.